rotate device back. Okay, here we go. So, I did, so since we moved here to the new subdivision here in the Philippines, it's been boring. I have to, well, this new subdivision is nice, but it's been much more boring than the old one. The old one was very, much more barangay, very traditional Filipino, smaller streets, people ringing the doorbells. I mean, you could like throw a stone and you'd be at your neighbor's. Narrow streets. Was very old fashioned, and not as fancy, but we left there because of the flood. I rented this place because I wanted my daughter, the previous place, I wanted her to get a crash course in the Philippines, and it worked. It was great. And I made some great friends and really great connections, and there were sari stores like all around the house. So if you don't know what a sari store is, it is like little corner stores that people have out of their houses or garages. It's very common here. And they'll have stuff like drinks and, food, whatever. It's just like the corner store because a lot of people don't have cars. So they walk everywhere. So it's just nice to be able to walk out of your house and go to a little store, a little tiny store, and pick up what you need. So she'd have 20 kids ringing the bell. We'd be able to like go across the street and ask Kuya or somebody if they knew somebody who could fix XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So we rented our house, the first house, from people we never met. And it was beautiful. I put a lot of money into it. Filipinos would not do that normally with rentals, but I wanted to make sure that everything was good. So I upgraded the electric. Before I moved in, I had it signed remotely, and then I had my assistant in the Philippines that used to work for me. She arranged for electricians and painters and stuff like that, and got it all painted up and ready. I only did that because I rented in the province. I'm in Cavite. Had I moved to places like BGC or Makati, things would probably be more expensive and ready to go. But I wanted to be outside of Manila, and this is like 20 minutes south of the airport and 30 minutes from Intramuros. So it was perfect. It was perfect. Until I found out when it rained that there was a hole in the maid's room initially. And I kept telling the agent, because this landlord would go through there. I think it's called Katiwala, but I could be wrong. She called also agent. Through the agent that, look, I will pay if they're not going to do this, but we need to get this roof fixed. I have a really bad feeling about this. Well, as I got to know the neighbors, I got to know more chismes, which is like the local gossip. And long story short, when the first rainy season kind of typhoon heavy rains hit, flooding in July, my roof failed. And that's a story for another time, but it was scary. And then not only that, the water was also coming in from underneath the ground up. So I had rain here and rain coming up on the first floor. And it was so bad that my daughter was almost electrocuted, but I will tell that story later. So I actually found this house because I wanted to like talk to the owners about it. And then the house I'm in now, as I was driving back from the owners of the house, which I never did meet them. And I don't know why they didn't honestly take my money and let me fix their roof, because, I was a great renter. I mean, I've had rentals before. I would love renting to somebody like me, honestly. So anyway, because like pay my rent on time, I fix everything up. I'm like, as long as things are fine, I'll pay for the workers. So I found this house. I said, stop. I told the driver that was driving, I said, stop, let me look. And it reminded me of the house that we were in that had the broken roof, but it also was across from all these banana trees and this like empty lot. It was a very fancy subdivision for this area. I mean, it's like, I mean, it looked kind of like Hawaii. Some of these ultra modern houses are like 9,000 square feet, like a whole block. So this is a kind of small house, comparatively speaking, and it had the for rent side on it. So I took a picture, I got the number, and as luck would have it, the same agent was the same agent for this house. What are the friggin' chances? It should have been a red flag, but you know what? Oh, my lashes are falling off. You have to make lemonade. It's relatively small town. I mean, if you're tuning in from Michigan, I think that where I live is kind of like the size of Kalamazoo, Michigan. But it is on the edge of Metro Manila. As I said, it's like 30 minutes from immigration, Intramuros, Old Manila, 30 minutes to Makati, BGC, 20 minutes at night to the airport, 30 minutes during rush hour, maybe a little more during rush hour, not usually. So I liked how close it was. And if you're living close to Manila, but not in Manila, you can still have kind of like a smaller town vibe, but be in a bedroom community. And that's what I wanted. So anyway, we moved here, and I don't know where I was going. Obviously, I don't have any attention span. I'm doing this live without any kind of net or talking points because it's like, what time is it right now? Hold on. Oh, holy crap, it's 5 in the morning here. It's 5 p.m. Eastern time back home. It's 5 in the morning here, and honestly, I have to be up in an hour to get this kid ready for school. I fell asleep. I'm on the couch, and I fell asleep on the couch. Hi, whoever's watching. I fell asleep on the couch, and I probably shouldn't have because I needed to take a shower and take my old lady medications and stuff like that. But I really like living here in this house. I all of a sudden I woke up at like 3 in the morning and discovered I'd made like 500 new friends overnight on Instagram. And I guess something went viral on there. And don't think that it means like you get money because you don't get any money from that. People don't make any money from social media. They make money from their brand deals. They make money from affiliate stuff. They make money from that kind of stuff. You don't make money just from going viral anymore. Not in the way people think. So, I mean, you might make $5, maybe 17 cents, but that doesn't matter. It's just a platform to be creative. So anyway, I woke up and there were all these people asking about expat life and all this stuff. And I noticed that there are a lot of like really angry people. What really I don't get is that you'll see like 30 people saying, yes, we agree with you. This is our reality. And then you'll get 1 or 2 people going, that's BS. It never happened to me. So the rest of you guys are full of it. Shit, you know? And this has been a lesson in patience and trying to take a deep breath and not be reactive, because I kind of have a problem with that. So, yeah, I don't understand it. And so there's a lot of love. And then if you don't have a thick skin, you're not going to be able to handle the hate. Because like people are like always talking about shit like, oh, you're old or you're jealous. You say stuff about like expat dudes that talk like about Filipinos like they're like slaves, which I don't like. I'm a mother. I wouldn't allow that for any female in my family or myself. If you think that Filipino women are chattel, I'm not the channel to be on right now. I'm not. If you think that you have a right to be treated like a king, I'm the wrong person for you to be talking to right now. I do not. No, I'm not that kind of. No, I did not have that example. My parents were very respectful of each other, and my father did not call my mother his Filipina. He called her his wife, and that's what I think people should do. You know what? Just because they're from a different country, just because you have yellow fever, it doesn't mean that you are Mr. Savior, better than that. No. And yeah, there are problems with people scamming. I've been scammed. Oh my God. That has nothing to do with romance. That has to do with friggin' skin tax. And by skin tax, even though I'm half Filipino, it's weird. I spent my whole life in America being told I wasn't white, and I get here and now I'm white. And it doesn't matter if you are black or white, you're still going to be considered like white, foreign. It's the same skin tax. Once, if you even smell like you're foreign, all bets are off. There's going to be a different price for you than there is for them, and that therein lies the problem. Like, I have my assistants or my neighbors talk to people if I need to get like a first quote. Now, if I want to buy furniture, if you guys want to see my house, here's my house. It's messy. Don't judge me. This is my living room. I don't know what I showed, but because I can't see, I didn't turn it around. Marketplace. I can get great deals in Marketplace. I came here with 2 suitcases each, one for me, one for my daughter. My dad was with me, so he had a suitcase too. I put some stuff in his suitcase. And everything I have here, I bought on Marketplace or Lazada, which is like Filipino Amazon, except it's 10 times cheaper to 5 times cheaper for most cases. And I built a life in like no time. Even this house, when I moved from the other house, I thought my other house was perfectly, I didn't need to buy another thing, and then it ruined, and then I had to redo this house with what I had from the other house, which was half the size, and I got it done within 2 weeks of moving in. It was a lesson in, well, I thank my hoarder mother, Filipino mother, for these skills, because it's easy for me to buy stuff online where they can't see my face. So yeah, so we're here. I've got all these new friends, and I've got all these people asking these questions, and it isn't that hard. It's not hard to move abroad, you guys. It's not. Literally, the first step, get your passport, have some money, buy a plane ticket. Passport, plane ticket. Do you need a big, huge savings? I need my roots done. Look at that, you guys. Look, I am a white-haired old lady. You can see. I was sick with the flu, and I put my hair care off. So you just need you need to get a passport. You need to get a plane ticket from Chicago O'Hare, for example, for me, because I'm looking at tickets to go home for Christmas. It's anywhere from 7, if you want to go cheaply, it's anywhere from 7 to 9 if you schedule out now to get to, you can probably find cheaper to get to round trip to O'Hare per person. I'm going to tell you the airlines that I like. Japan Airline is my favorite, first and foremost. They are comfy and the food is good. Japan Airlines, not sponsored. Anything I say here, you guys, not sponsored, because I'm not one of those famous people yet. But if I keep blowing up, I will be. And that would suck, because I'd have to really edit my speech, because then people will cancel me because I don't have a filter. But yeah, so Japan Airlines, EVA, Korea Air. If you are taller, have a wider booty, and you want comfortable seating, those are 3 best ones. If you want the cheapest way to get into Manila, it is Cathay Pacific. That's the Hong Kong airline. Now, their food, but they have unlimited ramen, which my daughter is like always happy about. Cathay Pacific, you go through Hong Kong, they have, if you're going to get the cheapest one, you're going to have a long layover, like if you're going back. But they have unlimited ramen, and the food and the chairs are but it's cheap. So I have other tips and tricks if you're going to do long haul flights and you're older, to save your back and your tuchus, because I have problems with my lower back, and I'm older and I have arthritis, and I have all this stuff that makes travel hard. But if my then 82-year-old father, who hadn't been on a plane since the 2000 teens and hadn't been in the Philippines since 1970, could do it, you can do it too. And I'm going to tell you, So I know we're moving right along here, but one of the things that I'm going to tell you right now, if you're thinking about coming over here, do not be a hero. If you have any health issues, oh my God, I need to jump in the shower before I wake this kid up. Any health issues, you get wheelchair service. You'll get through everything from here to there faster. I don't care if you think it's embarrassing. I don't care if you think that, oh my God, I don't want people to see that I'm in a wheelchair. No. Do you want to stand in those lines? If you have even tachycardia, shortness of breath, anything, you get a wheelchair. Do not play with your life, especially if you're older. And if you are traveling with elderly relatives and they complain about this, they will stop complaining as soon as they are halfway through that long ass trip, because they will not want to have to walk because their backs will be out from sitting in really uncomfortable chairs. Yeah. So that plus a couple other things that you should get. You can prevent this by getting some booty pads and some things to put on the chair before you go there, and B, asking for wheelchair service. That's number one. And also you'll be at the gate before everyone else is. So don't be a hero. Travel in comfort doesn't cost you any extra. Just do it. So yeah, if my dad, who's now 83, could do it, you could do it too. And he went home by himself in April. And he's fine. Ooh, that man. Let's talking about my dad. My dad, 5'10", he was 200 and I think 30 pounds when you got to the Philippines, or maybe a little bit less, but he'd been losing weight. So when he got here, he got in really good shape, and he got down under 200 pounds for the first time in like 40 years. And then he got all his teeth fixed. Obviously, I didn't. I need to get my teeth whitened. I don't have any cavities, so there's never any reason to do anything but clean them. He got his, like, all, for 2000, he got all of his crowns done, and he got, like, his bottom teeth. Yeah, my bottom, we have bad bottom teeth. He had a big gap, and I have, like, crowding, which everybody gives me shit for, which I don't care. I don't care. I'd look ridiculous with some braces, but maybe I'll get some. But I don't know, because I'm not into that oral, well, that sounds wrong. Dental. So he got that done. He noticed that he had laxity in his face. Now I'm going to bust his ass out here. He's going to be mad. So he got a little bit of filler in his face. And it was like $200. And he looks amazing. And he feels good about himself at 83. So yeah. That was so good. So Papa got that done, and he's fit. He used to walk around the barangay at the other place because he left before the bad times happened and we had to move to the fancy house. And yeah, but there were some things that I got mad at him about. Like, he could go to the Sorry store and they sell cigarettes for one at a time for like 5 cents or 10 cents or whatever, a quarter a piece. Whatever the equivalent is, probably less in pesos. And I caught him, like, all of the pictures from the 60s, and like with my dad in the Philippines and in Palau, because he was in Peace Corps and he was in Vietnam. You're seeing him in Asia, like smoking a cig, you know, those cool pictures from back in the day. I walked out there, that man was at the Sorry store, smoking a cig, hiding that thing outside. I'm like, you don't need to be doing that at your age, sir. You know, and then he started having like his daily thing. And I'm just like, you're wondering why your breathing is labored. You need to quit that. And then when he got home, I noticed that he was still sneaking, because I caught him on the ring cam. We live together at home. We live together. I live with my dad when I'm home in Michigan. And yeah, I caught him on the ring cam. Speaking of ring cams, the Amazon Web Services were down, and through the Northeast and the Midwest, I could not access my house or Alexa's or anything. My house is back in Michigan because it was down, and I don't know what's up with that, but if anybody does know, leave me a comment or send me a message. So anyway, it is 5-7. Oh, speaking of ring, it says there's a message. there's motion at your back door. There's a vehicle at my back door in Michigan right now. So I'm in the Philippines. So if you have property in the States and you go abroad, you can still keep an eye on your house. For example, if somebody rings my doorbell in Michigan and I wake up, I go on my phone and I'm like, "Hey, who are you?" Leave it on the porch, and it sounds exactly like I'm there. They don't. I just say I'm busy. I'm in the bathroom or I'm at work. So yeah. So I know that this was rather discombobulated. I'm still freaking out as to why I have so many followers on Instagram all of a sudden. I came here to YouTube because it's reasonably safe because I have almost no followers here. So my the chances of me getting like verbally abused at this moment are like really small. This is the safest social media platform I have right now, you guys. I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about people. Whoa, now we just let to 12. Okay. You guys found me. I came here so that nobody would watch me, so that I could just vent in the middle of the night, early morning, and now we have 12 people watching me. Oh, okay. Okay, and I don't know. Oh, somebody said hi. Renee Boy Tumabok Jr. said hi. Well, hello, po. Wow, thank you. I didn't know I had a live chat. Well, that's okay. That's something new. So I've been just talking here, and I didn't know I had a live chat. Oh, pakialam ko. Oh, that's not nice. I didn't care. Maybe, no, actually, I'm blind as a bat without my reading glasses. And because I am, is the word maarte? It's not malande, it's maarte, right? I don't remember what the word is. I am vain. What's the word for vain in Filipino? I didn't put my glasses on. So, yeah. Well, you guys, I'm going to hop off here. I've been on for 22 minutes. I was hiding here, and then now there's only 3 people. So, yeah, I got on here. Oh, thank God there's only 3 people, so I can go back to talking. So I got on here. Oh, my gosh. I need to get this light changed. It's flickering, and it's kind of giving me, it's giving those vibes like I'm going to have a seizure. Okay, there. That's better. There we go. Much nicer. Much nicer. There's the rest of my house. So... yeah, I'm hiding out here. I don't understand how I got all of these followers on Instagram. I mean, here's what I don't understand about a social media. You could have like 3 views on YouTube, because is that thing still flickering? That's not good. Hold on, look at you guys. That's flickering. I gotta turn that off. That's flickering and I don't like it. Okay, now let's turn something else on. Okay, I don't want to be in the dark. Oh, here we go. So I could have 3 views on YouTube. I could have 25,000 views on TikTok. I could have 5 views on Facebook, and then I could have 1,000 views on Instagram. It makes no sense. And I already had like 29,000 people on Instagram because it was my daughter. Here's how I got on Instagram. I thought it was like those places where you save your pictures. And I was tired of flooding people with my daughter's baby pictures when she was born 11 years ago, because I had her at 45 and a half. And so I thought Instagram was like one of those places where you just upload your pictures. And then I saw like famous people kept putting these little hashtags on it. So, and they put their clothes names on there. So I thought, oh, that's weird. Maybe you're supposed to do that. So I'd look at her tags and I'd do that. And then all of a sudden people started sending me like stuff. And I'm like, oh, aren't they nice? Companies are sending like, oh, this was like 11 years ago, 2014. I had no clue, but I just kept putting stuff up there. And I did not realize that was social media. I just thought it was like a place where you kept pictures. I was just clueless because I knew people were sick of me flooding it with her pictures on Facebook. And then I grew it to like 33,000. And then she learned to read at like 2 because companies kept sending her books, and she had to read the books on the videos. So it was really good for her. So I just kept on. And then for a while there, like during the pandemic and stuff like that, I kind of leveled off, and then I did my own thing for a couple of years. And then our members dropped to like, our followers dropped to like 27 or something, or 28. And now we're back up to almost 30,000. So I usually don't, even with those numbers, I don't have a big, lot of interaction there. And all of a sudden, I'm freaking out because I do. So that's why I'm here. I like the quieter places because I feel like I can get to know everybody better in places where I don't have a huge following. Also, I don't get yelled at as much. Though if you yell at me, I will yell back because people are like, you answered me. I'm like, well, you messaged me. So the reason why I've been doing social media, I know why I started this damn thing 20 minutes ago, is because since moving to the fancy house, it's more like the US. The neighbors are not as friendly, though I love my neighbors next door and next door, but it's much more private. You don't see people chatting in the street as much. You don't see like the people just hanging out in the street. This is a gated community. This is more like living in Houston or US anywhere. But in the other place, it was much more friendly and really Filipino. Like on the weekends, you could hear the neighbors doing karaoke. The whole neighborhood was singing. It was fucking amazing there, but it was loud. Here, everything's silent. You can't hear anything outside. So the girl, because her school they stopped going to school for the month of October because of the earthquake threats. The Filipino schools here are excellent, you guys. Excellent. If a majority of the children in the classes get flus, in order to prevent pandemics from happening or things, oh my God, this thing keeps on flickering, from happening, they will go immediately to online, like with Google Meets and stuff like that. It's like they're working for a company, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So when these earthquakes started hitting down south, up north, which the Philippines is kind of like the distance from Chicago to kind of Alabama. So it's really long. So knock wood, we haven't had any real earthquakes here, and I wouldn't know what to do really if we did, because I'm from the Midwest and I need to learn. But it's been like, okay, let's say that you're in Chicago. It's kind of like saying people in Kentucky had earthquakes. That's what's going on right now. So they put the schools to online. So for the rest of the month, she's doing school online. I love it. And I love, since I moved here, I can spend more time with my kid. Ooh, and she's so sweet now. You know, she was starting to roll her eyes and do all that stuff we think is normal in the US from a preteen, like, and being kind of rude. I'm like, excuse me? And I will go into why I don't like the American school that she was going to. There's no respect, and the teachers don't clue you in. Here they clue you in. There's parents, they have the group chats. You can get a hold of people day or night. The children are sweet. They're respectful. I got my baby back. She's just like, she's loving, she helps, and she knows she has to be studious, and I don't have to worry that that the parents are like on smack, if you're old enough to know what that is, you know, because she goes to a nice school. And they know at these schools here, she goes to an all Filipino school, even though it's in English, its majority is mostly Filipino. It's more international. She's the first American child to go to that elementary school. But we do have some children from the Asian countries, from like China and Japan, Korea, I think, and we have some African children. But she is the first American kid at her elementary school. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And but it's all in English because that's the lingua franca. That's the business language of the Philippines, because the Philippines, you guys, if you're from America and you're like thinking this is a third world country, the Philippines runs America. You would not have customer service if it wasn't for the Philippines. Everybody, when you call and something's broken, you're talking to a Filipino. And when you're looking at my face, even though the Filipinos don't believe it, you're talking to a Filipino. I was raised by a Filipino mother in America. I was born in America to a Philippine national, which means I am also a Philippine national and an American. So, I have those values. Plus, I'm a farm girl and I'm old. I'm Gen X. I give no fucks. So yeah, it's great here. That shocked me because 20 years prior, I lived here 20 years ago, and it was not as modern. Now, as my father said, it looks nothing like it looked in 1970. It looks like Chicago meets Dubai meets Hawaii. And then, of course, there are the poverty and the impoverished areas. But by and large, it's much more modern than where I am from in Michigan, small town Michigan. You want Subway? Call them, they're going to deliver it. You want McDonald's, they're going to deliver it, and it's going to be a tenth or a half of the prices at home. You want Popeyes, you want like any of your fast food, it's here. You're not going to miss it. You're actually going to get fat like I did initially, because the amount of food Filipinos like to eat and the amount of food available for delivery is obscene. It's obscene. It's wonderful and obscene, and it gets here so fast, and it's so cheap, so cheap, so cheap to eat here. And if you have, let me see how I can fix this. If you have survived the last couple of years with the inflation and grocery prices, I don't care how much you're making, if you're an American, you know how expensive grocery prices have been. So yeah, just to have the ability to have food whenever you want. And yeah, I don't have any doubts that if I were making Filipino money, I wouldn't be able to afford it. But I am like any other balikbayan retiree that comes back here, or any retiree, even if they're not Filipino balikbayans. I am earning in US dollars. I am close to retirement age. I create jobs. So people go, oh, if you were Filipino, yeah, I'm not. My mother went to America, and like every other immigrant to the US, she pushed us to work hard and to save our money and to do what we had to do to survive because she was from the Philippines. If you are Filipino and you're watching this, you know what it's like to have overseas workers. My mother retired to the Philippines 6 months out of the year for 25 years before her stroke, before she had dementia. So the immigrants that go to the US are no different from the overseas workers. They work so hard to educate their kids, and then they come home. The dream of Filipinos is to make enough money to come home. I know that might not resonate to any people that are not ethnically Filipino, that are just looking for a place that's English speaking to retire to, that might not be Spain or Portugal, and like they want to go someplace warm or whatever, and they don't want to go to Europe. But if you are Filipino or Filipino heritage, Phil-Am, Phil-Canadian, Phil-UK, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I am fulfilling my mother's dream of being an immigrant elsewhere, overseas worker elsewhere, and coming back. And just because I work from home here, and remember, I am old. I am close to retirement age. I have a child. So yeah, I do live larger than most Filipinos do because I'm an American. I am living as close to what my lifestyle was in the US. Actually, it's better because I didn't have help. So if you are a widow, if you are a single mother, if you are a single father, or if you have health problems, a lot of people are going to say, oh, look at these old men with these younger, you know what? Who's going to take care of them at home? Who? I do see both sides of that coin. I mean, yeah, there probably are some, Epstein people kind of like that, but some of them are genuinely scared of getting older. And that, and they, at this day and age, you don't have, oh, honey, I'm almost 57, but thank you. like my sons are 36, 32, and 27 years old. And until I had my daughter, I worried about what was going to happen to me when I got old, because I'm going to cry. I take care of my parents. My mother's in a nursing home, well, an adult care home, and she's got great nurses and everything. There's a story behind that. I'm glad to catch you because I have questions. I found you on this. Oh my God. I came here to hide. I'm going to cry. I came here to hide from Instagram because I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden everybody found me there, and I don't know how it happened. And then and people are so friggin' mean there. Well, they're not as mean as TikTok. TikTok is bad. But yeah, until my daughter was born when I was 45, I was worried about how I'd get old because I didn't have a daughter, and she was an accident. She was a Christmas party moonshine accident. The best Christmas surprise ever. And then yeah, that was, no one saw that coming. No. So yeah, and so as such, and having seen how she was going and knowing how the boys developed in their fancy little school back home, I didn't want that for my daughter. And I felt like I was losing the connection. And we worked all the time. I worked all the time. Didn't have time to do anything between cleaning. Most of my stress. And Kay, send me a message. I'll be happy to answer anything you want that you need. I mean, within reason. I've realized since being in the Philippines that 90% of my stress, 90% of my real stress as a woman was centered around getting food on the table and getting the friggin' house clean and the laundry done, and feeling like I had no support. If this resonates with anybody, then you know what I'm talking about. Here, I pay somebody for this. And people are like, oh my God, you're only paying. She's 5 days a week and she's an English student. She's a high school, or not high school, she's a college student, an English major. And she's live out. And she makes $50 a week, $200 a month, which is a good wage. And I mean, if I could, I don't have a live-in. Most people will try to get live-ins. I've had problems before, but I've never had a live-in. Because I like to have my privacy. I'm an American. I like privacy. I like the weekends. I know my house is a real big mess. I also have my old kapitbahay, my old neighbors coming to clean. Okay, thanks. Don't worry, nothing weird. Oh no, you could ask if you want to ask. You could ask here too. I get my reading glasses on so I can see what's going on. So, so I do have people come to deep clean once a week, and they charge me way too much, but they do a good job. So once a week I have deep cleaners come in, like on Fridays, and that's like $30, and that's 8 hours, you guys. Now, people who are from the Philippines would be like, that's too expensive. Yeah, but I'm paying a little bit extra, probably a lot extra, because I trust who's coming to my house. And that's deep. Shut up, Pete. You know what, Pete? I'm going to there's my buddy Pete. Follow him. He has boats. Pete, I want to grow, I want to fix this garden up here. So one of the reasons why I got this property was because it had 2 garden spaces. And I think I've touched base with Pete on this, and I haven't sent him any pictures. He's a great gardener, by the way. I want to get a load of dirt in, because I grow all my own vegetables back home in my yard in Michigan in the summer. I'd like to start growing my veggies. Here's a con of the Philippines. 20 years ago, veggies were everywhere. Now the diet has gotten sweeter, more deep fried, much more international, heavy on the meat, and it used to be healthier and used to be not like this. And so I would like to grow my own vegetables in my yard like I do in Michigan, because it's a garden space. And I'm going to actually do some some zone foresting, because I want some collard greens. And if they can grow in Africa, they should be able to grow here. I want to just be able to go outside and pick what I need instead of having to order. That will save me probably 150 bucks a month if I do that. And also stress. So yeah, all the things that I would have problems with, making sure things are clean, done. I have people that can do that for me. I can focus on work, and I do work. I have about 2 or 3 jobs. One of them is I am a professional psychic. I have been a TV and radio psychic and astrologer for 35 years. You can call BS on that, but you know what? I'm one of the best that you're ever going to go to, because I don't BS, and I don't solicit my clients. So if you know, you know. Otherwise, I don't give a shit, because I have other things I could be doing to make money. And if you know, you know. So yeah, and I'm close to retirement age, man. So I'm just coasting here doing this until I'm retired and I get my pension and my Social Security, and I'm like done. Then I can be one of those idle old blue-haired ladies, you know. But yeah, for now, I have somebody to help me with my daughter. And then if people say, well, you're a single mother, why should I listen to you? I have all of my exes in my houses in the US. We are still very good friends. And I mean, people think it's weird. Oh, I got here on this. I left Michigan on the 4th. I think I arrived here on the 6th of February. So I've been here since March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months now, almost 9 months. But I came a year prior. Let me turn my air conditioner on. I came a year prior in August of 2004 with my aunt, my dad's sister. We went to Kyoto, and I said, hey, let's take a 10-day trip to the Philippines just to check it out and see how that goes, because I hadn't been there in 20 years. And I said, that might be fun. Let's go see it. And then we were shocked, because it was awesome. It was awesome. Hold on, guys. Oh, sorry, I need my water. Are you planning to get your, I have what is an ARC card? What's it? Is that the immigration card? Are you saying, what is that? Hold on, my air conditioner didn't come on. What's an ARC? Wait, hold on. Why isn't this turning on? Okay, we're gonna have to look. You saw it live. Why isn't that turning on? Hold on. Oh, I already have one of those. I have one of those. And also, I'm getting my Filipino passport. I'm not an alien. I'm an alien for now, but I'm in the midst of getting my... Hold on, y'all. Let's check this. This is not working. Let's turn this breaker. Okay, I just turned the breaker on and off. Let's see if that helps. Just leave that alone. So no, yeah, well, my mother was a Philippine national until I was 5. So by law, by birth, I am both an American and Filipino, which I didn't actually know until I was this year. I didn't realize that I was actually, they told me at immigration, they're like, you know, you're a Filipino citizen by birth, don't you? And I'm like, I am? I gotta do more videos, you guys, because I just didn't know half of this stuff. Because you know what? There was no Google or ChatGPT when I was born in the 60s. My mother didn't know what to do. There was like nothing to look this stuff up. We only had the World Book Encyclopedia, and that's not going to give you anything about Filipino alien or immigration law. Not in the. So yeah, a lot of this stuff I didn't know. I got here, we had 2 suitcases each, and I filled up the house. I did do some prep work ahead of time. When I did rent the house a month ahead of time, so it's not like we just landed here with no place to stay. So I did do that. My original house was about half the size of this house, and it cost about $400 a month. Yeah, yeah, Pete, we are I'm older than you, aren't I, Pete? Okay, I might find out. I'm 36, plan on leaving America once I hit my number here, but I want to start over with my, yeah, hun, it's worth it. And are you Filipino or are you American? Wait, you are older than me. You're a year older than me, Pete. All right, you guys, I'm gonna try this. Oh no. It's not working. This is not working. This is not working. So so it might be the remote. I will check the other remote. Sorry, you guys, I'm having air conditioner issues. I'll have to call that person. Okay, so here's my question to you. Were one or both of your parents, Kay, were they Philippine nationals or dual citizens when you were born? I hope I didn't break it. I need to just call somebody. I don't give a shit. I have big fans. It's not, it's only in like the 70s and 80s here. I could just open a window, and I have air conditioners upstairs, and this is this has got a 5-year warranty, so I'm not worried. So Kay, if they were born there, no, they got their, okay, are your parents still alive, Kay? So what you need to do, before you do this, if your folks are still alive, if one or both of your parents are still alive, what I need you to do is I need you to tell them to go on the online thing, and I need them to reacquire their Filipino citizenship. So they need their dual. If you're in your 30s, you call your mom or dad and you tell them to pay the $50 to reacquire their dual citizenship, okay? They have to get that first. After that, you can do it. And then your kids, through you, will both automatically, boom, because you're over 18. Okay, so you're not eligible, unless they do that, you're not eligible. So your folks have to do it. You have to have one or both do it, at least one. Once they do that, then you could go and do that online. Just do it online. It's like $20 or $50 online. And then if you have minor children, because you're not a minor child, you have to do this. But if you do it, then your minor children automatically become citizens, like my daughter. Does that make sense? Good. If your mom's got her dual, you get online and you do it now. Don't just think about it, just do it. You don't know when the laws are going to change, Leah, or I don't know, okay. You don't know when the laws are going to change. Go online, get your dual right now. You can apply for yours. Now that your mom is dual, then you are eligible. Do it now, because if your kids are under 18, they will automatically fall underneath you. You don't want that. Saves you money, saves you time. We don't know when the laws are going to change. Get it. Just get it. I mean, you don't have to be James Bond to have a lot of passports. Oh, what country? Are they Filipino? Let me get my stuff and go upstairs, by the way. Ugh, shit. Sorry, guys. Oh, Well, if they're already dual, do they hold a Filipino passport? Sorry, you guys are gonna have to come upstairs with me. Well then, girl, you need to get yours done. Get it done. You don't want to wait. Let's not delay. It's just yours that you need to do. Don't delay. Now is not the time, because with the advent of more people leaving their countries, my bedroom, I didn't go to bed last night. I fell asleep on the couch. So this is my bedroom. And so with the advent of people leaving their countries and living abroad, because no one can afford to live in America. I mean, people can, but you guys just don't know how bad you have it. I guarantee, and this is just my personal opinion, that they're going to be tightening up some laws here real soon. So might as well get it while you can. Because if countries can make a lot of money off of retirees and digital nomads, they will. It's just good business. Oh, here, I'll just turn that on. Whew. So yeah, so if you could do it before they change the criteria, you should definitely. Sorry, you guys, I'm an old lady and I take my medication. Forgot. I don't want to have a coronary in the middle of this live. I don't. That could still happen. Let me tell you something. It's so much easier. Can you imagine being in a place where you don't have to worry about if the food, you have to worry about what we're going to eat, but you don't have to worry about if you can afford to eat. You don't have to worry about if the house is going to be clean. I mean, just the psychological stress, because you can get somebody to do that. And there are no cons here. I have more problems when I go home than I have here. I love it here. So, okay, guys, thank you for watching with me and chilling with me. I'm going to try to figure out how to turn this off because I have to wake up that girl in 10 minutes. She's got school. So have a great night, great day. Bye.